The Phillies ran for the Lilies under sunshine here at Churchill Downs. We just saw the end of the race. Serengeti Empress was the winner of the Kentucky Oaks this year. And of course, starting off this morning, a totally different story. We saw driving rain here across the Downs, making this the second wettest Kentucky Oaks day on record. For us, it's going to be a dominant ridge of high pressure that's going to be increasing the drought. Also, we could be talking about near record high temperatures as we head into the start of October. The atmosphere likes balance. So on the flip side, across the northern Rockies, also into the Pacific Northwest, they could be seeing a major snowfall. The ground's still relatively saturated from the previous event, and with all this rain that continues to move through, there are some localized flooding concerns. Close couplet that we're seeing right now, but we are seeing some broad rotation again just to the south of Richmond. So we've been monitoring this complex all day long. It pushed past St. Louis, now is impacting western Kentucky and areas to the west of the Louisville metro, but you can also see where it's going to be heading. It's going to be diving south towards Nashville.
It's crazy to see all the damage today, too, from straight line winds across central Kentucky.
Yeah, and it was certainly a reminder that straight line wind damage can do just as much damage as a tornado, if not even more. Yeah. So, and the snow could be coming down pretty heavily at the onset. Also some big, fat, fluffy flakes. It's going to accumulate very quickly. An exciting day to be a meteorologist. We saw a mixed bag of winter precipitation through the afternoon. In fact, on my drive into work this afternoon, there were some periods of drizzle, some little bit of light rain, light snow, and even grapple, which is kind of that soft, pelty snow that kind of looks like Dippin' Dots whenever it starts to accumulate. Go back and look at space history and how the food that astronauts even eat has evolved and like the packaging of it. I mean, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts, watching a lot of YouTube videos, so pardon me while I have a little space nerd moment. But it was a really cool experience to meet with the PGA Tour meteorologist today, and of course we know the weather can dramatically change the way the course is going to play, whether the greens are going to be firm or soft, and of course who can forget all of the rain that we had last year, especially during the rounds that counted with the Barbasol Championship last year. And of course we're going to be keeping an eye on the sky all weekend long here with the Storm Tracker weather team, but there is one person on the course that also has his eye at the sky. Some may say Willis Young is living the dream. He's contracted by the PGA Tour to serve as an on-site meteorologist for events like the Barbasol Championship. Each day begins with a forecast update for the golfers and caddies, volunteers, and course officials. On a day like today, he is monitoring the radar to keep those on the course safe. He recalls the challenge of the forecast during last year's event, the wet conditions leading up to the tournament, plus the rain during the later rounds that just saturated the course.
It wasn't the worst rain conditions I had last year. There was one tournament that we had 14 inches of rain during the tournament. But it was in Malaysia, so it rains all the time there. They're used to it.
The forecast focus will shift from showers and storms to excessive heat and humidity as the tour event goes on.
When you're coming out, make sure you're drinking a lot of water. Take it easy, find some shade if you're out here, but enjoy the day as well. But just be cautious.
The heat index is going to be running anywhere from 100 to even 110 degrees. There are already plans in place for extra water, also some cool towels for spectators and also participants of the Barbasol Championship going forward this weekend. So just keep it safe and cool as we go into the weekend. Claire and Eli.
Today felt very much like fall, Jill. I mean, we were walking outside, you're crunching leaves. It was beautiful this afternoon, but we got to get ready for winter.
Yeah,
basically.
It's going to be a dose of January in November as we head over the next couple of days. So hopefully you're able to get outside and enjoy today. It was a picture perfect day. We saw temperatures well into the 60s. And now the sun is going down on what was a sunny Sunday. Here's a live look over Lexington from our CHI St. Joseph Health WeatherBug camera at the Lexington Financial Center. And skies are going to stay clear for the majority of the night. It's as we get closer to morning, the clouds will start to thicken up, setting the stage for this Arctic cold front that is going to bring us a rude blast of winter weather as we head into the beginning of the work week. So for now, the MaxTrack Live Doppler coming up with a clean sweep across the area. You can see the leading edge of that cloud deck starting to develop to our north, and that's going to be sinking southward as we go forward throughout the course of the night. Meanwhile, all the precipitation is farther upstream as we are seeing some snow showers blanketing portions of Wisconsin, also into Michigan, Minnesota, Iowa, and also back through to Dakotas, where already that cold air is starting to seep southward. So we'll see that boundary continue to push towards the south and entering the blue
bluegrass. We go through the first half of the day tomorrow. So kicking off your Veterans Day, we're going to be dry. Skies, though, will be cloudy, and it will be a mild day. But once this Arctic front crosses, temperatures sharply will be trailing off. So even though we start things off with some rain showers that develop later on into the afternoon, rather quickly we'll see a transition over to a little bit of a rain-snow mix before we go over to all light snow Monday night. Gradually, though, things will be tapering off as we head into early Tuesday morning. And then on the backside of that, we are in store for the coldest era of the season. Yeah, in fact, the coldest era that we have seen since last winter. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. But in terms of snowfall accumulations, not only will we see flakes flying, but also some could be sticking, making this the first snowfall of the season. But what you have to keep in mind is still the pavement and all the ground surfaces are still relatively warm. So any accumulation that we do see is mainly going to be on grassy surfaces. Also, bridges and overpasses could easily become slick. But generally, we're calling for less than an inch across the bluegrass, amounts a little bit higher, an inch to maybe an inch and a half as we look across far southeastern Kentucky. And again, your snow showers will be lingering into Tuesday morning, but then after that, we're setting the stage for a rude blast of Arctic air. Outside right now, temperatures are still running in the 50s to even lower 60s across the Commonwealth, but looking upstream, you can see already back into the 30s in Chicago, Des Moines, also for Omaha. It's the teens for Rhinelander, Wisconsin, Bismarck, North Dakota, checking in at 13 degrees. That's the actual air temperature at this point. And that core of Arctic air will continue to sink southward. In fact, the middle of the core is going to be passing right over the Commonwealth as we go through the middle of the week. That means not only is it going to be very cold, but we are bracing for the potential of near record cold temperatures. We don't even climb above freezing Tuesday afternoon with a high of 28. We could be challenging that record low once again Wednesday morning as we'll fall into the teens. And then really we're going to scratch and claw to climb back close to the freezing mark for a high temperature on Wednesday. That also doesn't factor in the wind, as we're going to be seeing feels like temperatures running in the single digits, even briefly below zero potentially as we go Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. And again, temperatures will be warming above the freezing mark Wednesday, but the feels like temperatures, the wind chills still running in the 20s. Even as we head into the afternoon, we get back some bright sunshine, what is going to be a very winter-like day for us. So tonight, clouds will be increasing late, not as cold as well as we'll fall into the mid-40s. Now, your Veterans Day starts off dry, but rain will be developing into the afternoon. Then temperatures crash, allowing that rain to change over to snow. Snow showers will linger Monday night, wrapping up early in the day Tuesday, but still some flakes could be flying throughout the course of the day. It's going to be very cold, too, with a high in the upper 20s. Then we drop it back into the teens Wednesday morning, only climb back to 34 into the afternoon with a good deal of sunshine. Temperatures continue to moderate through the end of the week. We're back in the 40s as early as Thursday. Then looking towards next weekend, we'll be back into the 50s, and we're keeping it dry, really, through the end of your 8-day Storm Tracker forecast. We'll have more LEX 18 News after this.